Welcome to Family Friday. The Gospel of John, chapter 5, tells the story of a man who had not walked for 38 years. During this time, he positioned himself at the edge of a pool, reported to have healing powers. For healing, however, one had to be the first person in the pool after the waters in that pool moved about in a distinct way. His inability to walk made it impossible to be the first person in the water. When Jesus saw this man, he asked him if he wanted healing. Now the man replied in a truthful but kind of an excuse-making way. Not only could he not get into the pool himself because he couldn't walk, but he had no friends or family to pull him or push him into the water. Little did this man realize that Jesus' healing powers greater than that pool stood before him. And then Jesus just said, "Stand up, take your mat, and walk." Now, to do as Jesus asked, the man had to think and act differently. And from this point forward, the whole of the man's life was changed. Now it was within his powers to walk, to work, to help others, to carry his load, and to carry the load of others. When one trusts Jesus, when a couple trusts Jesus, the whole of life changes. Previous patterns of thought and behavior are no longer valid, for you are capable of so much more. The Apostle Paul makes this point in Ephesians chapter 4, verses 21 through 24. He says, "Were you not told about him? Were you not, as a Christian, taught the truth as it is in Jesus? Renouncing your former way of life, you must lay aside the old human nature, which, deluded by its desires, is in the process of decay. You must be renewed in mind and spirit and put on the new nature created in God's likeness, which shows itself in the upright, devout life called for by the truth." Jesus makes a new way of life possible. Yet too many allow their faith to be a Sunday-only thing. Jesus came, died, and rose again to transform our whole life, our finances, our work ethic, our dreams, our time management, and relationships. So how has Christ changed your life outside the church building and Sunday? How has Christ influenced your thinking and practice of marriage, sex, and family? If Jesus were married to your spouse, what would he do differently? If he were the parents of your kids, how would he communicate with them? Now, Jesus never married or had kids, but I think the Beatitudes of Matthew chapter 5, verses 3 through 12, provide some pretty good guidelines for how Jesus would treat his family. Just like the invalid of John chapter 5 had to learn how to walk further and carry heavier loads as the days went by, so we must learn to think and act like Jesus, particularly within our marriage and families. Until next time, God bless and be Christ-like.